Illuminate 2015 is our third iteration of a sort of festival, a light and illumination festival that we've been running since 2010. The first one sort of spread around Bath and was in small, indoor venues mainly, and a few outdoor projections. The second one in 2012, we managed to focus at the end of January a range of installations and around the Roman baths. Now, we've managed to raise funding through Arts Council and Baines Council to put on another big illumination event for January, and it's run by Bath University. And the idea is that we are projecting onto buildings, we have installations, and for 8 nights from the 3rd to the 10th of January we'll be installing, we'll be showing these sort of participatory artworks that everyone can come and see.
Where are these illuminations taking place? I know the Holborn, which is where we are, is one of them.
That's right, yeah. So the Holborn is where Lyndall Jones, who's an Australian artist, will be having her her project showing called Rehearsing Catastrophe, which is a mix of projection and performance. So members of the public will be sort of invited to wear animal masks, really, to join in certain performances during the whole projection in her project, which is about climate change, and there'll be a projection of a big ark, so hence the animals walking into the ark. The rest of the festival is several locations. So heading into town, we have one on Poultry Bridge, which is an animation called Flat Georgians, by Petra Freeman and Tim Rolt and Mike Moran, and that's they've been working with St Saviour's school children to make an animation based on a Georgian parade. So that's there. Further in, the rest of the artworks are all sort of around and in the Roman baths. So we have one project in the Roman baths, which is called Only the Statues Remain, which is by Will Kendrick. And we're opening the bath free for everyone from 6:30 to 8:30 on most nights, or on all nights, to be able to go and see that artwork around with the Great Baths. And then we have other projects projecting a Canadian artist called Leela Sajir, who's projecting a project called Elastic City Spacey, and that's going to be on the Roman baths. And then we have projects in sort of Kingston Parade area and the Abbey Churchyard, which is a mix of, installation and interactivity. So we're projecting onto the Abbey chambers with a sort of light musical instrument, and there'll be another sort of musical instrument really just in the colonnades by the pump rooms for people to use.
You're no stranger to producing these sort of graphics on a computer screen, and we were talking earlier and I was saying with the greatest of respect, you've sort of broken out of the computer screen. Is this the way you spread your ego? Well,
yeah, but the screen can be anything. So yes, it is, and of course the screen can be as small as a mobile phone, or the screen can be as big as Buckingham Palace, And I've done some large projections in the past. I projected in Portsmouth last year on the Portsmouth Guildhall, which is about 60 metres wide. All the projections this time aren't as big as that, but I think what's great about outdoor projection, one is it just changes the space, so the architectural space, and the other thing is it's very accessible, because you just walk along and see it. You don't have to pay a ticket. It's all just there and accessible. But it's a transformation of the building, which I think is the most exciting bit. So yes, part ego, but I think part just impact really. It has much huge impact, and that's great.
Where do you see the Bath project going?
Well, fingers crossed. I mean, the artworks that we put in here can go on to maybe other events, maybe around the world. But I think partly, we've managed to put this together, this festival, and what we really want for future events is more involvement from the city, more involvement from businesses, more involvement from all the cultural institutions. So I think almost by putting this event on in January, I'm sort of trying to show to Bath what we can what can be done, and there's a sort of call for the future is to now let's all make something that involves even more of the city. Certainly in terms of audience, we hope that lots of people coming. Fingers crossed we'll get 50,000 people coming over the 8 nights. So it'll be there for the people. So we should be good.
Well, I like the way Bath starts to get this reputation as a city of light. We had the wonderful lantern procession from this building into town up Great Pulteney Street. Then, of course, we get the Christmas illuminations and all the illuminating for the Christmas market. And then your show.
And then following up, yeah, so almost straight after the Christmas lights, or during when the Christmas lights turned off, we're there, carrying on this sort of light theme. And one extra little thing we're going to have, all our stewards will be given umbrellas which will be lit up as well, so they'll be instantly recognisable. But I think we're trying to light up the city in a different way, with contemporary art. So that's part of the interesting sort of change to it. And January is the darkest, gloomiest time of the year, so we want to keep those sort of activities going really, and bring a bit of joy back to people. So.